Book of First Peter, chapter 5 and verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. All praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Hawashai, Bahara Kakwadash, double honors to the elders, excuse me, and the apostles of the great millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. They're scattered abroad amongst the heathen, some look like the heathen. Beginning with the 144,000, preaching to the prophet Shalom. Yeah, man, I was reading this article right here from seven hours ago. It was updated 7 hours ago. I didn't read it 7 hours ago. It says raw story, crime, Charlie Kirk, Vigil, turns to violent mob after man yelled an expletive about Kirk report. So that word vigil actually goes into mourning one's death. All right, mourning one's death. All right, and we need to be aware and circumspect in these times, and just be mindful, because these people tempers are flaring, their feelings are involved. And it's a lot of stuff it was on my spirit last night, but just because it might be on your spirit don't mean we got the voice, what's on our spirit, man. Some things is just on our spirit for us to hold in and meditate on and think upon it, and just pay attention to, man. Okay, now if brothers and sisters was around and we just dialogue and have a conversation, in the spirit, cool, but everything don't need to be on record, man. All right, don't need to be out to everybody, man. All right. Now this word vigil, it says often held in remembrance of someone who has died, and also serves to offer spiritual and religious relief during their passing. So this guy Kurt, right, was knocked off yesterday. I say this: if you think that was fake, hey, he saw good with his sorcery, man. But if you think that was fake, cool. But me, I watched the live video. You catch that joint on Big Shoot all day. You can't act that good. If you acting that good, you can only do it once. In other words, it ain't no do-overs or retakes. They shot his ass. All right. It says, and people in their feelings, man. People are hurt because these Edomites, these people like Charlie Kirk, and these other Edomite supremacists, right? They speak their mind, and they got the platform, and they got millions and millions of Edomite followers, right? So when these Edomites lose their voice, their speakers, those who are speaking for them, without them being able to do it and having the influence to do it. So when they lose somebody like this, they go crazy because it's their voice. All right? Okay? They ain't got no squabbles, but it ain't about that. But the thing is, they act off emotions, and they quick to squeeze them triggers. All right? Be mindful that, hey, this government, this system, the law is always on their side. All right? So don't even talk to them. They bring it up, man. Just, hey, come up with some way to avoid the question, or just be like, look, I ain't getting in all that, and hey, just use wisdom. Like, yeah, it's kind of tight, man. Hey, that's a bad time we live in, and we could just leave it at that. We ain't got to go into it, at work, somebody say something, which, the workplace ain't for this, though. Ain't for this type of things, man. But, people get in their feelings, and the Edomites feel like they could just say anything and everything, and Trump is one who allowed that his first term, and most definitely his second term. And through Trump, he caused his own people to get knocked off. All right? For thinking they got the heart, and they tough, and they untouchable, to the point where they can say whatever they want. Well, us as a hopeful elect, we don't do that. All right? We not in the, we talked enough cash, we talked enough, and we back it up through the scriptures by way of the Holy Spirit. That's all we We doing what we're supposed to do, but to go out here and debate and get into these crowds and get into it with the people at the store, talk about, nope, don't do it, man. Because these people out here going crazy, man, over this dude. And many more things like this going to happen, man. All right? Esau's own blessing is what's taking him out. His own people is taking him out. All right? And Yahweh Shemashah told you these things were coming. And this dude right here, Charlie Kirk, is nothing but a pawn. All right? A pawn. Which the word pawn goes into a lesser soldier or a foot soldier. Or a soldier or one who follows orders. All right? So he was a sacrifice. All right? These Edomites trump these elites through Trump. And those who got that same mindset, which all these Edomites do for the most part, they've been set up for the trap. All right? You like on Power Jukebox say you sacrifice pawns. Right? So that's what Esau doing. He sacrificed his own people to cause the uproar and the chaos to get his own people emotionally tied in to come up against the so-called Negroes, Native American Indians, Hispanics, Latinos, Jamaicans, and Haitians, man. All right? Now, we've been telling y'all about where the Holy Spirit, beginning with the elders and apostles of the great millstone, the big brothers, the elder bishops, the big brothers, and the younger brothers such as myself, you know, that these things were coming and these things were going to happen and they're playing out. And guess what? It's only the beginning. So that slander of the tongue, they coming for us. Hey, these Edomites are the most racist people on the planet. What they did to every nation, most definitely our people, so-called Negroes, Native American Indians, Hispanics, Latinos, Jamaicans, and Haitians, through the conquering and the raping and the robbing and the slaughtering, the stealing of the land, resources, stealing resources, you name it, drowning out towns, burning down buildings, killing our ancestors, forefathers and foremothers just to get the deed to the land. Taking out our political leaders, you know, political figures, those who, you know, who we once looked up to, which when we was in the world, we didn't know no better. Okay, taking out our political figures, man. Well, we're in a time of judgment. Hey, like the scriptures say, that is what your man sowed, that shall he also reap, right? Let's get that Galatians. All right, Galatians. So this is what's going on, man. The Lord is not mocked. Galatians 6 and 7. Be not deceived. God Yahweh is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. So Yahweh Shema Shah said it's payback time. All right, these Edomites are now starting to feel and see how our people once felt. All right, like, I mean, that's just what it is, man. All right, we can bring out the truth for the scriptures. You know, we can bring out the facts. All right. So you see how about Shema Shah's judge these Edomites, man. All right. But hey, again, we're in a time where hey, we got to use extreme wisdom, extreme caution, be circumspect, pay attention, and read the room. Excuse me, read people's body language, man. All right, real quick. Ecclesiasticus 37 and 17. The countenance is a sign of changing of the heart. You see, so these people's countenance, their appearance, their mood is a sign of how they feel mentally. Excuse me, y'all. Damn. It's a sign of how they feel mentally. So these people crashing out and they hurt, man. So we got to be able to read people, man. Hey, the spiritual discernment is a must need, man. Okay? It's a want. It should be a must want. And most definitely it's a must need. To be able to read people, read the room, see what's going on, read them body language. So you can avoid these type of situations, man. Again, that first Peter 5 that we read, be sober, be vigilant. For your adversary, the devil, is walking about seeking whom he may devour. See, these Edomites, man, I ready to slaughter Jake, man. All right. And like the big brother Yashawamba was going into earlier, um, hey, how these enchantments, man, this sorcery is going on, and these people in their feelings, man. And the Edomites caught up in this enchantment, man. All right. The sorcery. Mainly because of what? Hey, what they're going through now. So the curses are most definitely upon these Edomites. Now, at the end of the empire. But they ain't trying to hear all that. They're going through it. See, they ain't never went through nothing like this in America. This is how you know we're at the time of the end, man. All right? But they're going to take out all their frustration on these so-called Negroes, Native American Indians, Hispanics, Latinos, Jamaicans, and Haitians, man. All right? Yes, we are the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay? But we also look like Edomites and other nations, man. Through the seed line of the Father, they are Israelites. All right? Let's get Ecclesiasticus 8. All right? So remember, we got to read these people, man. Pay attention to the body language, how they walking, the bulges in their pants, and ain't no homo. But you know, the waistbands, the down there by the legs, the calves, the ankles. Hey, the jacket, if it's puffed out, shirt puffing out, you know, all of that stuff, man. Clenched fists, and, you know, all of that, man. Read the veins in their neck, the eyes, the veins in their head, the body language, how they say things, the tone, the mood. We got to be able to read all that stuff, man. Them looking at you with anger and hatred, you know. All this, the benefit of a doubt, and well, maybe it's just it ain't you. It's not you. It's them. All right. But even though they act like that, we don't need to respond or in any type of weight, shape, form, or fashion, man. Don't even make eye contact with them. Like, we ain't scared. We know we not scared. It's wisdom. All right, it's wisdom. Let them think we scared. That's cool. That's cool. But the goal is to use wisdom and to get out the situation, man. All right? Because we're in a time where one false move, one false statement, one false decision can send you back to the spirit world. All right? For not using wisdom. Excuse me. For not obeying Yahweh Shema Shah. Now you get Ecclesiasticus 8:1, it says, strive not with a mighty man, lest thou fall into his hands. You see? Esau is that mighty man. They're not stronger than us spiritually, mentally, emotionally, or physically, but this is their empire and the justice system and them having guns, which is their blessing, it's on their side. So they're in a better position than us. They can't whoop our ass. Which again, it's not about that. But the reason why I keep saying that is because it's not a physical confrontation, man. Hey, our war is spiritual, man. It's not carnal. Okay? We know it take 4 or 5 of them to take one of us. And they still might not win. But the thing is avoiding the situation, man. All right? It says, be not at variance with the rich man, lest he overweigh thee. For gold has destroyed many and perverted the hearts of kings. Strive not with a man that is full of tongue, all that mouth, and heap not wood upon his fire. Yeah. So these Edomites walking around cussing and fussing, they angry and and things of that nature. Well, don't say nothing to them to make them more angrier or to upset them more, man. Just avoid it. Walk away. And if they're still talking, walk away. Fools argue with themselves. In order for two people to have an altercation, they got to be talking to one another. So if you don't talk to nobody, talk to them, they just argue with themselves. And they're going to walk away. Hey, for the scripture said, the wicked fleeth when no man pursueth. You see? Come on, man. It says, just not with the rude man, right? Don't go back and forth and argue with a rude man because they rude. Lest thy ancestors be disgraced. Hey, ultimately, Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai, our ancestors, our forefathers, the prophets. Because remember, hey, the men before us, that labor used wisdom. They didn't move in a carnal way. They applied wisdom. King David applied wisdom. You see? Yahweh Shai applied wisdom. The 12 apostles applied wisdom. The 12 patriarchs, who are the 12 apostles, applied wisdom. You see? It says, let me see, and that verse 7, I want to read this, man. Rejoice not over thy greatest enemy being dead, but remember that we die all. This is talking about your enemies of Israel, man. All right? You said, where did it say that? That's where you understand the scriptures come into play. You get Revelation 18, Revelation 19, Ecclesiasticus, I forget the chapter, where it says, 9 things do I love to see. A man that love to spend time with his children and to see the downfall of his enemies. And remember Revelation 18 at the end of the chapter, in the top of Revelation 19, it says, rejoice over her, meaning Babylon, America. Who's ruling Babylon? These Edomite so-called white people. Rejoice over her, ye holy apostles and prophets. For the Lord Yahweh Shema has avenged you on her. So yeah, we rejoice at the destruction and the collapse and the judgment that's happening to America. All right? There's plenty of other scriptures, but they the 3 that came to them off the top. And remember, we got enemies amongst Israel, so we don't rejoice when the 2/3 of our people die. Now, we are happy that they're back in the spirit world because they're in the right state of mind, but when they go out and get judged, we ain't like, yeah. No, man. Yeah, we rejoice that wickedness being put out of Israel, but we're not rejoicing over how and when they die, man. Just the fact that hey, they back in the spirit world in their right state of mind. And ultimately, that's Yahweh Shema Shai getting them back for us. Remember, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. Wait ye upon me until I rise up against the prey. All right? Thus saith the Lord. All right? Verse 10, Ecclesiasticus 8:10, it says, kindle not the coals of a sinner, lest thou be burnt with the flame of his fire. Right? So, hey, you make them mad or piss off these Edomites, then, hey, they're going to take that wrath out on you. So with everything going on, it ain't good for us to even talk with them, deal with them, do none of that, man. Some of us got to deal with them at work, but they start acting like tailhoes at work, and you let them know, hey, take that joint somewhere else. I don't know what your problem is, but hey, we ain't doing none of that. And you go to the supervisor, man, and leave it at that. Document it. All right? It says, rise not up in anger at the presence of an injurious person, lest he lie in wait to entrap thee in thy words, you see? And what were you saying? What were you saying there, buddy? They go round up their little friends, or hey, they say anything against you, man, set you up. All right? Hey, we're in the time where they're gonna use anything to try to take us out, man. All right? And they're gonna feel justified. They're gonna feel justified, not that they are justified, but just by them feeling justified, they think they did enough. Because remember, they hate us anyway, but it's okay. The feeling's mutual. Yahweh Shema shall hate them, and we hate them too. All right? Because they are our arch enemies. All right? Evil twin brothers. It says, I think it was one more. That might have been it. Let me see. Yeah, that was it. Hold on. Verse 15, it says, travel not by the way with the bold fellow. And they more bolder than ever now. You see them TikTok videos with the Edomites crashing out, man. I mean, going off, spitting, about to bust blood vessels. You thought they were ready at first. Cop told might have knows, man. Look like they top got popped. My fault, too soon. It says, travel not by the way with the bold fellow, lest he become grievous unto thee, for he will do according to his own will, and thou shalt perish with him through his folly. You see? Strive not with the angry man, and go not with him into a solitary place. And all this, which us as a whole elect know, man, we don't hang with them anyway. We don't even deal with our own people. No, we ain't hanging with them. But, just use wisdom, man. All right? wherever you go. All right? It says, hey, all that helping and being courteous and, you know, even with that, use wisdom, man. Remember, read the room, read these people, read the area. All right? Because it could be a setup. All right? They might come smiling, well, I ain't like them. I'm white, but I ain't like them. They just going too overboard with this Charlie Kirk stuff. Don't fall for it. But hey, I understand. Have a nice day. Cut it short. Stroll on. It says, for blood is nothing in his sight, and where there is no help, he will overthrow thee. Right? He'll take you out. So again, pay attention, man, and read the room, man. Read the area. Now, real quick, before we read this article, check this out. Because, hey, as we told you, hey, this political division, racial tension, ideology, division, gender division, all that part, that's civil war, man. And that's the time we in. This is what everything is leading to. All right? Let me see. Big head hole. Right here, check this out. ICE agents forced to leave after nearly 100 people protest attempted arrest. It says, this is what I wanted right here. Well, let's read this too. It says Trump's new law will limit, we hit this the other day, my fault. We'll go back a couple of days and we'll get that joint. It says far-right pastor, it's a failure of parental duty not to tell kids to avoid black people. You see? So they've been doing this. They've been teaching their kids this, man. All right? So how you think their kids are? They're already not raised. How you think their kids are towards our people, especially our kids? Okay, and us. All right? Which we are supposed to be separate anyway. Back what? 50s and 60s and 70s, everybody desegregation. Nah, we're supposed to be segregated, meaning set apart. All right? But you see, we're in a time where, hey, these white people, Edomites, to my own, and this is supposed to be a pastor, right? Far-right pastor, it's a failure of parental duty not to tell kids to avoid black people. You see? Which, we the sons and daughters of Yahweh Shema Mashah. Y'all less than us. So y'all not supposed to be around us. Alright? But the point being, hey, that's why it's important to teach your kids, man. You know, it's important to teach your kids, man. Alright? Should have been teaching them as soon as we start coming into the truth and start really knowing and understanding. Hey, I've been teaching mine every chance I had. You know? So, hey, so you see what they telling them, man. All right? That's the old Edomite hatred. You see, everything is coming back towards them blaming us. And let's go back to this Charlie Kirk vigil turns to violent mob after Mania and expletive about Kirk report. It says a fight erupted during a vigil held for right-wing influencer Charlie Kirk Wednesday night at the Idaho State Capitol after a man allegedly yelled an expletive about Kirk, sparking a response from law enforcement, a local news outlet reported. So you see, feelings are involved. All right? That anger. Kirk was shot and killed Wednesday while speaking at a Utah Valley University event while answering a question about transgender shooters, a topic he's spoken frequently about and drawn scrutiny for regarding his positions, having called trans violence a demonic possession. Facts. As of Thursday morning, the shooter is still at large. All right. Now the reports coming out that the bullets, the gun had an engraving on it. You know this. You know this setup. All this. Now they found the guy that had an engraving on the gun, on the bullet, whatever. And man, cut it out, man. Cut it, man. They set it up. They took that man out. The elites took that man out. You sacrificed pawns, remember? He was a pawn. Esau don't care nothing about his own people. So he uses his own people to fulfill his agenda. That's what you Edomites don't know. Hell, 2/3 of Israel don't even know that. But hey, they're going to find a way to blame us, though. All right? As always. But it's all good. We ain't worried. Us as a whole flat not. It says, according to Idaho News 6, a man riding a lime bicycle shouted an expletive directed at Kirk as he rode through the vigil attended by hundreds. Video capture of the incident does not show what expletive the passerby shouted, but does show a violent mob attacking an individual as the crowd chants USA. You see? So that's the spirit of USA, United States of America, Edomite supremacy. But that was stupid to ride by and say something negative about the man while the people that care for him and look at him as he's some type of figure while they mourn. That was stupid. All right? But you see what they're doing to incite violence, man. All right? So just out the blue, a nigga on a lime bike. Who rides a lime bike? Nigga, it's fall. You on a lime bike? Anyway, you riding by saying something negative about the dead. Which I don't care nothing about the dude. None of you damn Edomites, unless you're an Israelite. But I don't care nothing about them. But, you know, just go to show you, man, hey, people, that's the mindset of people, man. People just feel like they can say whatever they want to say. But remember, Trump started that. His first term, most definitely his second term. He gave most definitely these Edomites the courage to say whatever they want to say. And that's the time we in. People just expressing themselves without using wisdom, without caring about the consequences. And the consequence of him saying something about Charlie Kirk, when the people were mourning his death, he got his ass whooped. All right? It says Idaho News reporter Bradley Caskey spoke with a vigil attendee who told the outlet they helped break up the fight by pulling people off the man who initially yelled at the crowd. Boise police officers responded to the incident and took someone into custody, the outlet reported, though it remains unclear if any arrests were made or charges filed. Well, they beat the snot out of that guy. Though he said what he said, hey, they just words. Okay? So those who put hands on that guy on the lime bike, they should have been charged, if anything. But being who it is, man, you know they ain't gonna charge him. Kirk's, I doubt it. Kirk's killing has sparked condemnation from across the political spectrum, with President Donald Trump and former Presidents Joe Biden and Barack Obama all releasing statements condemning the attack. In Trump's remarks made from the Oval Office in a video he shared on social media, the president cast blame for the killing on the radical left and pledged to target each and every one of those that contributed to this atrocity, sparking scrutiny and critics. Guess this video. He's squabbling though. That's Esau fight. Shut up, rednecks. They ain't no better than you 2-3 niggas out there. That's why we say anybody can be a nigga. You see that? Hey. Anyway, beat the nigga out of speedos. But you see, man on scooter crashes, vigil, yells F. Charlie Kirk. Fight breaks out at the Idaho Capitol. You see? But hey, that's the time we in, man. I just wanted to hit this real quick through the spirit of prayer. Yahweh Shema. Shall I stay prayed up in the names of Yahweh Shema? Shall I apply wisdom, man? All right? Apply wisdom. Shalom.